materials. Tapos nagkaroon din ako ng security agency. And this one, I spearheaded BNI Pampanga. Lahat to happened in 2020. So the great pause given me the parang, oh, wait, ang dami kong busy ginagawa dati. Tigil. Yung mga plano ko ba, ano pa ba yung mga dapat gawin. So nabigyan ako ng opportunity to implement yung mga plans ko talaga. Kasi halos lahat naman tayo, we're thinking of plans. Ito, gagawin ko to for the future, ganyan-ganyan. But we're, ano na parang, hindi, ano tayo, busy eh. Busy ako sa current state ko now. Eh, parang binigyan ka ng, si Thanos nag-snap na gano'n, oy, stop.
Yes.
And then sabi ko, okay, I'll do the future projects and now is really the best time kasi parang back to zero lahat. This is the best time to create a name for yourself and for the company. Yan, mabuhay.
Kaya wiser, di ba? Mabuhay talaga, para kaya wiser yung kanyang sinabi kanina. Kasi tama naman, ang dami niya in-open ng business, hindi siya nagpatalo ng COVID situation or the effects of the pandemic. And kanina si Attorney Julian, yung vulnerability niya na sinasabi, di ba? Grabe, naging vulnerable siya. But tragic loss, but still, he believes in what BNI is about. So, punta na tayo kay Eman from Cebu. So, Eman, go ahead.
All right. So, we all have plans for 2020. We had plans built as early as 2019 for my business. So we're in the food and beverage industry then. And you'd think that, it's going to be easy during the pandemic because everyone eats. But it was really difficult. I had to close our commissary and our stores for 3 months during the height of the queue. And I had nothing. My employees had no work. I was at a great pause then, as Jen said. But it was also a time to re-energize, find your bigger why, and choose the platforms that you want to go through for 2020 on. It also accelerated my plans that we already had as a family business in 2019. We wanted to do ready-to-eat, ready-to-cook products. Yung nangyari yung pandemic na naging sento ng life ng mga tao aside from cooking for themselves is delivery and also ready to cook. So, inisa namin yung process for that, which was a good move. Kumbaga, we also closed the store due to some circumstance even before pandemic, but it paved the way for more opportunities in 2020.
So you close your company, your offices, tama ba?
No, we just closed one store for a different reason altogether back in 2020 early, hindi pa pandemic. Mm-hmm. So doon pa lang parang close na. So the start of the year was not that bright at first. But then looking back, okay na din. Buti nga sinara natin yun, nag-pandemic eh. Nag-focus tayo on delivery, nag-focus tayo on online selling. So, yun.
So, that's why resilient yung sagot ni Eman, di ba? So, naging resilient siya, but he challenged also himself, and then, boom, di ba? Nagkaroon pala ng reason yung closing, and then nagkaroon ng new products or services. So, ito, balik tayo, no? How did you guys cope up regarding dito sa mga nangyari sa inyo last year? So, si Attorney Julian, when the supposed to be RD died, so how did you took the challenge or take the challenge na paano ka nag-start, di ba?
For me, it's really difficult, of course, to really start, especially that the one who actually passed away, which is actually, he's a kuya to me. So he's actually the eldest cousin. So siya yung experience, di ba? So parang ganyan. So how did I actually take it? Through the support of the family, to the support of BNI mismo. I had this, kumbaga, let's say para siyang epiphany, parang ganun, para siyang, okay, it's time to take responsibility. To own, parang ganun. To own what you're trying, to own your visions.
Correct.
In my case, what is my vision? It's me to bring BNI in Batangas. And I know in spirit, diba, he will always be with us. So yun talaga. So how did I take it? It's with the support and with taking responsibility.
Ang galing. If you don't mind, Attorney Julian, how old are you?
33.
At the age of 33, she's already building a region in Batangas. Galing, galing. Congratulations to that, attorney. So hopefully you could launch na within the year, di ba?
Hopefully.
Hopefully. And let's go back to Jed. Di ba? Jed, how did
Yeah.
you cope up, di ba? So, paano ka nag-start na mag-isip ulit ng products? Paano? Kasi
Mhm.
may moments pa na gusto mo umiyak, you take a pause. Di
Yeah.
ba? So, yeah, go ahead.
Sige. For us naman first is you need to accept the present situation muna. Kasi parang, ito na din nangyayari. Okay, accept it first. Huwag ka munang, hindi, wala yan. COVID yan. Mask, gasol lang ang ano dyan. Wala. So, ganun. So, accept the situation and then think of it. So, talaga nagkaroon kami ng meeting. The whole, it's a family business kasi. The whole family sit down and nag-usap kami, what will happen? We need to survive. Ano ba dapat ang mga dapat nating gawin? So, if this business is not working, mag-move pa tayo sa other businesses na pwede tayong kumita. So, yun yung naging namin eh. So, it's really important to communicate with the people inside the organization. Tapos, favorite namin to sa BNI, innovate or evaporate. At may idadagdag ako, syempre, you also need to collaborate. Collaborate with the business. Ito, BNI really helped us kasi nung nagkaroon kami ng disinfection, nung nasa BNI ako, champions, talagang lahat tumulong sila, we want disinfection. So, wala kami janitors na nag-work sa malalaking malls, but nag-disinfect kami. So, nakakabawi talaga doon. So, it's really important, innovate, evaporate, and you need to collaborate.
Ang galing. Ang ganda ng wise words, di ba? Kaya wiser. Tama nga naman. Wiser, di ba? Evaporate, innovate. Ano pa isa?
Collaborate.
Collaborate.
Yeah.
Yan ang kailangan natin to. Let's go to Eman. Go ahead, Eman. How did you cope up with the situation?
Honestly, yes. You have to accept the situation din. I'd like to describe it as going through stages of grief din ito nangyari sa atin sa COVID pandemic. You have anger, you have denial, but at the end of the day, you have to accept the fact and you have to keep moving forward. And I keep saying this to myself lately. In the last week, I've been telling myself, choose your battles and choose kunin natin kay Jed din, be wise. Ability din kay Attorney Julian, yung parang you have to accept the fact then that you have to be vulnerable with the people that you trust the most in terms of family, in terms of business. Kasi being your authentic self and searching for the real truth, I think that's the way to go forward. So, why do I do this business and why do I continue doing this? So, yun yung palaging balik sa why. And if it doesn't align to your personal big why anymore, then maybe it's time to also let go, even if you're attached to it. Kasi marami tayong attachments din that happened that we had to face in 2020. We were so attached to this. We were attached to our favorite coffee shop because it was there. We could hang out there, mga ganun. So now we have to let go.
Correct. And move forward. So, mabilisan question. We also, question from Mr. Willis Lee, who won a travel bag from Unilink. As a foreigner to Philippines, I noticed that there are some differences in personality of the people in different regions in the country. So we have Batangas, Cebu, and Pampanga. My question is, how everyone to be united and support each other? How should everyone unite and support each other? Mabilis ang question, Attorney Julian.
Okay. For me to really answer, kasi for that, yes, we have different personalities, but for Jed, for Eman, we just have the same vision. And yun lang talaga yun eh. We're just tied with, we are bringing BNI in each of our region. So yun talaga siya. And how do we support each other? So from time to time, kasi syempre we belong to the same group. So kami mismo, we are supporting each other. Now we can all do this. And just to share, and just to share, actually, anong tawag sa atin, Jed, di ba? Ikaw na yung magsabi.
Pambutas.
Pampanga,
Cebu, and Batangas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And we are the Pambutas, and we're going to bring BNI in the Pambutas.
Correct. How about Jed?
Yeah, short and sweet. Kailangan lang talaga, don't focus on the differences, focus on the similarities, kung ano yung mga advantage nyo sa isa't isa. So, yeah, siguro communication lang para ma-flat out kung ano yung differences. And then, doon ka sa positive.
Correct. Eman.
Yeah, just work on the big why if it still aligns with the why, even if it's not business related. Kasi where your heart is at the end of the day and where you're happy, that's where you go, diba? And always
Correct.
go back to your support, your hindi naman comfort zone lang. Step out of it, but then always stick to your to your
Correct. Regardless of your region, regardless if you're an authentic talaga, regarding if you're authentic as Cebuano, Pampanga, di ba, or from Batangas, still we have the same vision from BNI. So, and our winner for 1,500 pesos is Miss Angie Roa. How grateful are you in BNI despite the pandemic? Did you realize that being a panelist in INW 2021 make a difference? So, how grateful are you in BNI despite the pandemic? So, how about Jed? Let's start with Jed.
Yeah, I'm really grateful with BNI because nakasurvive kami because of BNI. Hindi lang siya in terms of clients, but also I am surrounded with great leaders na kasama ko RDs and EDs and MDs na ang gaganda ng mga vision. So na-apply ko siya in our business and chapter in Pampanga as well.
Correct. And how about Eman?
Actually, yung panel thing, while listening to my co-RDs and reading the questions, I start to reevaluate and I'm thinking to myself, yeah, just keep going at it, absorb the wisdom of everyone in the room, and strategize properly lang talaga. Kasi business is struggling, that's true, but we can't make the pandemic the excuse forever.
Correct. I agree. How about Attorney Julian?
For me, how grateful, I'm really grateful. Why? Because BNI kasi for me, it's not just about the business. It's not just about the giver's gain philosophy. It's actually, for me, it's more on personal development too. So with BNI, we have this, I'm truly inspired, not just with the members, but with the leaders. So, and that's where my personal growth actually is improving and developing. That's why I'm really grateful.
I totally agree. But before we let you go, I know time is up. But we have one last question from Mr. or Miss Joan Jao. 1,000 pesos. Congratulations to you. Feeling ko ako si Willie Revillame talaga. Given that our businesses are all negatively affected by the pandemic, is your focus now mainly on business survival ba? Or do you still get to strive to make a difference in other people's lives? So ano ba? Business survival or helping others? Diba? Of course, yes. But how do you balance it? So yun ang question niya.
Yeah.
Kaya na ba? Ang hirap, parang tumugo yung ilong natin dito. Ang haba ng question. But still, you win, Mr. 1,000 pesos, Joan Jao. Go ahead, Eman.
Yeah.
All right. I learned something from reading a lot of books from BNI. The difference between harmony and balance. I'd prefer harmony kasi sometimes we don't have to focus on one thing and this thing na 50-50. Whatever is relevant and whatever is the most prudent thing to do at the moment, yun yung the most effective way to go. So for me, I cannot it's part of who I am, it's part of our family values din, to be of help to the community, to be of service while also doing business. So one without the other, hindi pwede. It's not who I am, it's not who we are. So the answer is it's always hand in hand. So kasi parang hindi fulfilling din at the end of the day, pera pero walang laman yung pera. So walang no higher fulfillment. But you're full, and then opposite po fulfillment pero wala namang pera. Why not both?
Fulfillment, that's why both. How about Jed?
Yeah, let me just share this very quickly. Kung survival and then also join BNI talaga kasi talagang you're hitting two birds in one shot, di ba? You're surviving your business pero you're also making a noble cause of helping other business as well. So kami, what happened for us is talagang tinulungan ko yung mga tao ko here sa aming company, but also parang bumabalik nagta-thrive din yung business namin because you're helping. Yung giver's gain attitude talaga ni BNI is really effective. So, sabi nga ni Eman, hand in hand survival and helping others. Kailangan mo mabalanse yan. Paano? Sabi nga ng sikat na brand ng sapatos, just do it. Gawin mo lang ang dapat mong gawin. At basta yung values mo, alam mo kung ano yung values mo, magagawa at magagawa mo yan.
Thank you for that, Jed. And last but not the least, Attorney Julian.
For me, ganun din. Actually, I cannot also choose kasi surviving kasi pag sinabi mo kasi na surviving and then also at the same time thriving, sometimes the words itself parang mahirap eh. It's already difficult to really handle. But for me, how did they actually start? It's just really about little things na kumbaga, kasi if I would think na sige I can make a difference agad-agad, 'di ba? Parang ganyan na parang immediately. It's really more on little things on helping one member, two members, and not just that, even myself. Parang ganon. Kasi nga again, we're going back to vulnerability. So it's really focused not just on everything that's around you, but it's more on within, going outside. So that's how I actually manage. Yun na yung general answer.
Yun na yun. I can't agree more. No? Lahat sila, different way of explaining, but still pare-pareha sila. Ang dami nating natutunan today. Thank you, Eman. Thank you, Jed. Thank you, Attorney Julian, for being our panelists for today. And again, thank you for now. No, if you have any questions for them, you may approach them, especially why do they want to become artists, di ba? Ano yung final goal nila? Di ba? May tanungin niyo yun sila for that. And again, thank you again. Goodbye for now. Bye-bye. And we have a trivia time. Quick question. Again, this is for our prize for today. Is an air fryer coming from BNI Supreme. No? The question is, what temperature does oil start to boil? What temperature does oil start to boil? So exact answer. So please key in the chat box your answers, guys. So what temperature does oil start to boil? It could be in Celsius or in Fahrenheit. So ayan, we're seeing 100 degrees Celsius, 80 degrees Celsius, 100 degrees. Medyo taasan naman natin ng konti. And meron na tayo. We already have a winner from BNI Supreme. Though for transparency, she doesn't know this. It's Adrian Adongo, 300 degrees Celsius or 572 degrees Fahrenheit. So again, for transparency, doesn't know about it. Only the speakers or only the MCs know about the question. And now to our second set of panelists. Our panelists, just like earlier, when I call your names, please give a short introduction of yourselves. And without further ado, let me call Ms. Trisha Joaquin of BNI Supreme.
Hello. Hello, everyone. So I am Patricia Di Mayuga Joaquin. I'm from BNI Supreme, and I'm also a Batangueña. And I'm a Korean goods seller. We have a Shopee store. We sell Korean goods there. Thank you.
Anyong lupa, anyong langit. We also have another lawyer is Attorney Jimmy Salvatierra of BNI Prosperity.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Attorney Jamie Salvatierra, Managing Partner of Salvatierra and Nuestro Law Offices. I'm also a real estate broker and a real estate appraiser.
Yun, parehas sa press kami ng profession, Attorney Jimmy of BNI Prosperity. We also have Mr. Miko Dominguez of BNI Limitless.
Hello. Good morning, everyone. I'm Miko Dominguez. I'm from Limitless Chapter. Professionally, I am a licensed real estate broker, but we focus on project selling, specifically in Cavite, Lancaster, New City, helping our kababayan have their own dream homes for their families.
Wow, iba din talaga pagka real estate brokers, di ba? Ang ganda ng mga nasa chat box. So, si Attorney Salva magsasalba sa iyo. I like that for a lawyer. No, we also have Mr. Mark Joseph David from JCI Philippines. Sorry,
Hi.
sorry, we have Mau Tolentino, I apologize, of BNI Abundance. Hi, Mau.
Hello everyone, I'm Mao Tolentino from BNI Abundance. I'm in a health and wellness business. Our company is Kayani Philippines based in Idaho Falls, USA. Good afternoon everyone.
I like the accents of Miss Mau. And we also have Mr. Mark Joseph David from JCI Philippines. Ito na talaga, sure.
Hi guys, I'm Mark. I'm from JCI Philippines and I'm in the ship crewing business.
Grabe, natutorn tuloy ako because I'm a part of JCI Manila. JCI, no? And then BNI. Natutorn tuloy ako. Ano bang? But still, no? Parehas tayo ng common goal with BNI and JCI Philippines, no? Ayun, wala na, no? We only have 25 minutes to go. And for our audience and to our participants, please key in your suggestions or any of your comments or questions. For the best questions will win the same 1,500 pesos, 1,000 pesos, and the travel bag. So, mamaya jacket coming from me. I'm just joking. So, first question. What was the hardest part of 2020? And how did you bounce back? Unahin natin si Miss Mau Tolentino.
Well, the hardest part in 2020, I guess all of us, because that was the time when there was lockdown, right? Because all of us don't know what to do. We panicked, we are anxious. But then, of course, when life kicks in, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to kick life back. Yun. So, there's no pandemic. You know, my attitude is I'm a go person. And I really don't I'm not threatened with situations like that. So the more challenge I discover, the more enthusiasm I put into it. So there.
Thank you, Miss Coach Mau. Go Kiani. I like the chat sa chat natin. We also have, how about Attorney Jimmy?
I guess, katulad ng sinabi ni Miss Mau, no, if life kicks you, talagang dapat naman talaga kick back harder, di ba? Yan ang dapat na momentum natin ngayon. So last year, it really took a toll sa legal profession, lalo na, no, very traditional dito sa Philippines. We are used to appearing before sa court hearings, yung notarial services and the like. So we have to embrace the technology and accept a new approach ngayon sa legal profession. So yun yung naging challenge for us sa team ko, sa firm, because we have to adapt dun sa changes na nangyari because of the pandemic. So we offered online services, remote notarization, and yun. So yun yung mga challenging factors na we as a business owner need na i-adapt for our business to be sustainable and to grow.
Thank you for that. I can totally relate as a lawyer. So thank you, Attorney Jimmy. And Sir Mark, how about Sir Mark Joseph?
One of the biggest challenge that we faced this year was the having to adjust. We are so used already to our regular routines, and suddenly everything stops. And you finding a way to navigate all the protocols, all the changes that we have to do was the hardest part, no? Because it's a complete learning for everyone, going online, having to conduct your business remotely, having, even for our organization in JCI Philippines, having to organize, no? Especially if you're used to traveling around the country, seeing the members, you really have to make the adjustments. And the adjustments part was the hardest for me, the most challenging part of the year.
I see. Thank you for that, Sir Mark. How about Trisha of Alcoriano? Any
Hello.
hardest part of 2020?
It was hard. Okay, kasi here's my story. Short story lang. I'm really a fashion designer. So I joined BNI as a fashion designer. I do bridal gowns, formal wear. I used to have my bridal studio in Tanaon, Batangas, but when I got married, I moved to Parañaque. So I put up my bridal studio 2018, and then pandemic happened 2020. So I had to close down my bridal studio. So of course, kasi wedding industry, events industry, it was really hit hard by the pandemic. So I had no choice. I also have a baby. So I had no choice. I had to close down my studio. And I thought I was not going to renew my BNI membership anymore. And then, how did I bounce back? It was right timing then, opportunity. I got to meet a Korean food importer. So that's when my husband and I had the idea of putting up our Korean online store. So there. So Koreano was born out of this pandemic. So there. So that's my story.
Grabe, no? Ginamit ni Trisha ang nangyaring pandemic in order to have a new business. And with the help of BNI, her business grew. How about Sir Miko Dominguez?
Yan, so I guess pare-parehas naman lahat ng sagot no, it's the pandemic hardest part of the 2020, no? So yeah, imagine I'm from the real estate industry. We are so used to showing our clients physically yung mga bahay. So we had to transition na paano pagkakatiwala sa'yo ng mga hindi mo pa kilalang mga home buyers. Yung bahay na tsaka yung pera nila pagkakatiwalang milyon-milyon. So that was talagang nag-shut down for a while yung sistema ko for 2020. I guess that's the hardest part. But ang fun part nun was we were able to innovate and transition digitally with the help of course, the BNI, yung mga mentors and coaches from BNI na may experience in digital para ma-transition yung business. Kaya it was, we discovered an opportunity during this crisis. Sabi nga nila, baka yung mga crisis na yan is just a disguise of opportunity na yung mga ready to capture it lang, no? Yeah.
So, Sir Miko, question, sorry. Paano nangyari? Bumaksak pa ang real estate industry because nawala ng mga ng panghulog, no, ang mga tao? Nag-bloom ba ang condominium? Ano bang lagay now, the status of real estate?
Well, actually, realistically, for the first, nag-start tayo ng March, around mga April, May, yan yung medyo bumabagsak, no? But nung medyo nakaka-recover na or medyo nagsisink in na, we shifted yung company, my company, Green Circle Realty, gave us a bright spot na this is the time to own a home. Because, di ba, nauso yung work from home, nauso yung mga stay at home na. So, this is the best time to own a home for you, for the employees, for the workers. So, we shifted our skills na why this is the perfect time to own a home. Kaya dito dumami rin yung aming mga
I agree.
Bumalik sa normal.
Mas bumalik na, no? Mas naghahanap ng mga tao because of the social distancing, di ba? So, mas gusto kailangan nila ng home right now, work from home, correct?
Yeah.
Ito question kay Sir Mark Joseph David because you're a consultant ng mga Japanese, di ba? So, how's business right now? Nag-unti-unti na ba? Bumabalik na ba, sir, ang mga clients, Sir Mark?
Me?
Yes, sir.
My industry is in shipping.
Sorry.
No?
Sa shipping. Bumabalik na ba? Bumabalik na ba yung mga clients natin right now?
Surprisingly, the industry itself is doing well. Mainly because of the freight costs are going up, mainly because the supply and demand is there, no? But the problem was, since I'm in crewing, the requirements are still there. That's very good for us, but it doubles our operational cost, mainly because of the protocols that we have to observe. The quarantines, the flights are expensive, the private vans, hotels, quarantines when you get abroad as well. So it's not really that bad for us, but opportunities for income yung nawala for us because of the added cost.
But hopefully, bumabalik na ngayon for 2021. Di ba, Sir Mark?
Very hopeful na bumalik na to regular programming.
Sir, about Coach Mao, how about your business? Kamusta ang business? Is it thriving right now? Are you able to cope up? Go ahead po.
Yeah. Well, honestly, our business during pandemic is massive because we are into health and wellness. So one of our products, the nitric oxide, it's a vasodilator of blood vessels. No, it vasodilates your blood vessels for better blood flow. And the effect of the virus is the immune system, right? And nagkakaroon ka ng hirap sa paghinga. So that particular product is the molecule of life. and it helps a lot of people survive during the pandemic.
So mas
Basically,
naging in demand
yeah,
urge
sobrang in
mo.
demand. Yeah, super in demand the product. So that was like in March up until December. Our income, my income, monthly income is like a half a million a month. So it's really huge and humongous. So we really cannot believe it. That is why we are in the process of giving back and paying it forward. So we are giving like a lot of things during pandemic. We are giving free products to our senior citizens because they needed it, and to the children. So
Grabe, no? Kung may mga nalugi, unfortunately, no? Meron naman nag-bloom katulad nitong business ni Coach Mau.
yeah.
Thank you for that. How about Attorney Jimmy, di ba? Itong consultation, paano ba nag-cope? Nakapekto ba to sa system? How do you handle clients right now during the times of pandemic? Dumami bang, kasi nalugi ba ang legal system? Ano ba nangyari dito? Curious din ako. Go ahead, Attorney.
Actually, siguro no, alam mo na yan, Panyero, nung June nag-start na nag-open na ulit yung mga courts, no. Previously nung nag-stop, parang sabi ko, ay okay, break to, pahinga muna tayo, time for ourselves, for our family. Pero nung ito na dumating na yung pandemic na talagang nag-suffer na yung mga businesses, parang we need to adjust din eh. We accommodated yung mga companies that could not afford to pay us anymore that amount. So may mga winave din kaming mga fees, nagbigay din kami ng special rates kasi ang goal namin really is for long-term relationship with them. Hindi naman porket wala na silang kunwari pambayad, iwan na lang basta-basta. So andun yung ano namin, yung goal namin and yung service namin to still provide whatever legal needs that they deserve.
Grabe, nagbigay ng free legal service si Attorney Jimmy, di ba? Sa mga clients niya. Salute to that, Panyera. Galing. How about that, Trisha? May question ako. Did you infuse new capital dito sa new business mo?
Yeah, so what happened kasi, even my husband had to resign from his work for 13 years in company niya kasi they had reduced hours na and stuff like that. Tapos I had to close down my studio, my bridal studio. So nag-usap talaga kami. So he resigned from his work, nagpo-full-time husband and wife team kami dito sa Koreano. And there, whatever funds we had, syempre nag-invest kami muna ng konting products from our supplier. And then we started Shopee last July. We opened our Shopee last July, Shopee store with only 10 products. And now it boomed to 50 products. And thankfully, like ngayon, naging preferred seller na kami sa Shopee. Kasi you can never go wrong with food business, di ba? So during the pandemic nga, nandyan si Ube Cheese Pandesal, nandyan si Sushi Bake. And ngayon, patok na patok naman ng Korean food. So I guess we're in the right kind of business naman. We're really thankful kasi slowly talaga dumadami yung followers, dumadami yung customers. Yes. Kung nagbo-bloom na siya ngayon, we hired may bago na kaming staff ngayon. Before, kaming dalawa lang talaga. And yes, so yeah, we're very thankful naman.
Thankful for that, diba? Congratulations for that, Trisha. And now we do have a question from Miss Melody Parane. Congratulations, you won a travel bag care of Unilink. How were you able to get a lot of referrals and stay afloat despite the pandemic? How did you get a lot of referrals and stay afloat despite the pandemic? So how about Sir Miko?
Well, good inside and outside BNI, referrals talaga is very critical. So nung nag-pandemic, mas kinailangan ng mga existing buyers namin yung kumbaga pag-aaruga in the higher talagang customer service. So, yun. Kamustahin sila is basically kamustahin sila. How was the pandemic? Yung non-business related muna. Then if they encounter someone who wants to buy a home or give business to, ikaw kagad ang maiisip nun eh. So, ang directives namin is kamustahin lahat ng salespeople namin, kamustahin lahat ng home buyers namin. That is yung we establish a deeper relationship ngayon dahil, di ba sabi nga ngayong pandemic, dapat ngayon tayo mas magtutulungan, magkakapit-bisig. So, mas more deeper communication and relationships. with our customers and of course our salespeople. Tapos yun, pag may referral, automatically comfortable na sila to refer them to you, no? So ganun din siguro within BNI. Yun, mas 'di ba, credit to be profitable.
Correct. Ang saya naman maging boss si Sir Miko. How about Sir Mark Joseph? How are you able to, get referrals using JCI Philippines or other, and how are you able to stay afloat despite the pandemic?
Actually, it's really more on managing your operational expense, no? Mainly for you to move forward, a steady income is important. At the same time, managing your expenses. You cannot expect that you're spending the same way you're spending during the pandemic, mainly because you have those additional expenses that you have to consider and also take in. We're not more on the referral parts, but recruitment part, no? And one thing na nahirapan kami this year was the recruitment for the seafarers, mainly because they're all stuck in their provinces. We used to have this big place in Luneta where you can send someone and doon ka maghanap ng mga seaman, no, na you need for your vessels. But everything was changed. Wala na sila doon.
So kaya natakot sila. Sir, natakot sila
And even if they wanted to go there, they can't, di ba? Kasi they're stuck in their provinces. So that was one of the biggest hurdles that we have to do, no? But nonetheless, the government was very supportive of the industry, and they made a lot of adjustments for us to be able to cope with the requirements and extensions, no? So there were a lot of crew who were extended on board, mainly because it's no use sending them home as well, no? Kasi di rin sila makakauwi sa provinces nila during the height of the pandemic. But now everything is going back to normal, but you're following and spending so much on the protocols.
So dumami na mga seafarers looking for jobs.
Yes.
Thank you for that, Sir Mark. How about Coach Mao? Diba? How you get referrals? Ang dami na, parang gusto ko tuloy maging member ng, ng business ni Coach Mao. Go ahead po.
Yeah. Yung sa referrals kasi more of information about the products, and then we have continuous webinars with doctors. And ako kasi I believe, no, hindi not because of the event that happens, it's how you respond to that event, and then what would be the outcome. Kasi dapat event, and then the response, and then the result. If that pandemic came, paano tayo nag-response doon? Ako kasi, I just wanted to share what I did. I responded in a significant and positive way. So I developed more myself. I diversify my business into like online, although ready kami online because we are based in the United States. But here in the Philippines, sobrang hirap. Kasi di ba yung mga province, wala silang signal. The seniors doesn't know how to navigate. Diba? So madaming challenges. But because we believe in our mission, which is to bring hope, the promise of a better life through wellness and opportunity, I was able to develop myself and then to regain what we had lost. Kasi may nawala din naman sa amin, of course. Sandali lang yon. And from there, a lot of things happened. BNI came in, and then referrals came in, and then leaders na hindi namin alam na bloomed in. So yon. So talagang sunod-sunod na siya, and we are very grateful to that.
Okay, nice answer. Grabe. I couldn't agree more. How about Attorney Jimmy? How do you handle referrals coming from, baka free service? Pwede ko bang kuning attorney ka? Joke lang po. Go ahead, Attorney.
Actually, the Philippine laws, no, for those of you who do not know, bawal kami talaga mag-promote and mag-solicit, mag-advertise. It will be a violation of our Code of Professional Responsibility. It would be unethical for us to advertise our talents and skills, mainly because yung legal profession nga is a practice of profession and not a business, parang ganun. So talagang ngayong with the help of BNI, of course, very helpful ang referral sa amin because we get to have new clients based on our past clients and their friends and family members na alam na kung paano yung serbisyo namin. So very thankful kami sa mga
ano talaga, word of mouth, the same time yung loyalty, no, nagbigay ng free legal service but may bumalik si kay Attorney Jimmy. How about Trisha? How do you handle
Yeah.
referrals? Go ahead.
So sa akin with BNI has been with me when I closed my bridal studio, when I opened a new business which is Koreano. So kasama ko yung BNI Supreme all like during those times. Kaya ako, I'm very thankful, like with BNI, we got to have our strongest reseller, which is a grocery store in Nueva Vizcaya. That's through a referral from BNI. And one of our co-members is also a is also our reseller, one of the within BNI Supreme. And last December kasi we launched our gift boxes. We got almost 200,000 worth of sales just for the gift boxes themselves. Just for our soju gift boxes. We have different gift boxes kasi na ginawa namin, marinade sets and all that. And with BNI Supreme, we got almost 200,000 worth of sales just for the gift boxes lang. Ito yung mga binigay nila sa mga employees nila for Christmas. Yan. So I'm really thankful with BNI. So yun. So yeah.
Grabe, no? Doon nag-change classification, doon nagkaroon ng TYFCB si Ms. Trisha Joaquin.
Yes, malaking TYFCB last December.
Ito, question coming from the audience. 1,000 pesos to Dr. Aljes, sorry if I pronounce it incorrectly. What can you advise to business owners who are struggling with their businesses right now and help them bounce back this 2021? So advice daw sa business owners. Let's start with Sir Mark Joseph.
Yes, my advice is really to look into your core. Why are you in your business and why are you doing it? Because I always believe if you go back in everything that we do, if you go back to your why and to why you are doing it, of course it's not about always I'm doing this because I wanted to earn. No, it should be why am I in this industry? Why am I doing this business? If you know your whys, you will never go wrong always. And from there you will start getting answers to your questions that say now yung mga extra expenses mo, you can trim it down. I don't need this. This was done because of this is luxury for me. This is not a need of my company. And you get those by answering your why. What is the main purpose of your business? Kasi throughout time, your business grows. And with that, you get those additional expenses. You spend so much on marketing. You spend so much on this. And you put everything, you left everything behind with regards to why you started the business or why you are in that business. So you always go back to your why.
I couldn't agree more dun sa why ni Sir Mark Joseph. Thank you for that. How about Coach Mau?
Yes, I definitely agree 100% with Mark. No, you go back to your why and do not stop, never stop, just keep moving and be the best of all you can be. So kahit na bumagsak, lumagpak, di ba? Kahit na ano pa yung mangyari sa atin, once you know that you are in good hands, that you have that why, you have that mission, you have that vision, you have that dream, then go and pursue that dream. Never, never stop to live your dreams and live with value.
Thank you, Coach Mau. How about Sir Miko? What can you advise our business owners?
Yun, so we're almost 1 year na dito, no? So akong ina-advise ko lagi is acceptance talaga and start moving on. Tanggapin na natin, wala na yung old normal. This is the new normal, hindi na babalik yung dati siguro or bumalik man, ibang-iba na yung setup. So from there, if we accept it, if we get to move on, we get to start and re-strategize paano tayo yung business plan natin, paano natin i-attack or i-approach in coming into the new normal. No? So yun yung pinaka-importante. Accept muna natin na wala na yung dati. Wala na yung dati. Kailangan nating magbago. Kailangan nating tanggapin because kung hindi, may iwanan lang tayo. And kung ipipilit natin yung hindi na pwede, mafu-frustrate lang tayo. And ang bonus talaga doon, if you can do it, you have to go digital. You have to go digital, which what BNI did actually, no? Imagine dati talagang face-to-face. Ngayon, we can do 4 or 5 meetings through digital, through virtual meetings like this na nagkikita-kita lahat, even from Cebu, from Batangas, di ba? So if your business can adapt to the digital world, the virtual world, try it. No, I'm proud to say na this pandemic is a time for discovery. Dito ko na-discover na meron pala akong potential na magkaroon ng YouTube career, na transform ko yung aking business dito sa pandemic na ito. So again, this crisis may be a disguised opportunity for everyone. And yun, I hope magamit yan for every business natin dito sa ng mga BNI members.
Grabe yun, no? It could be a disguise, no? May mga nag-bloom, no? Unfortunately, may mga nawalan, but still may mga nag-bloom. But we learn a lot, di ba? How about Trisha?
So sa akin nga, when life kicks you, sabi rin ni Miss Mao kanina, you have to kick it back or you have to punch it, ganyan. So yun, so sa akin, like, especially sa akin, sa personal experience ko, so I can't say na super negative what happened kasi it also opened doors for me. Who would have thought na pag-close ko ng bridal studio, mag-open ako ng Korean store. Eh before, hindi na ako kumakain ng Korean food. Like, or hindi man ako familiar sa mga Korean products. Pero who would have thought, diba? So parang, yeah, you have to count your small blessings. Tapos you have to, innovate and adapt to what's happening. Katulad ng sinabi ni Sir Miko, diba? And you always, yes, tama-tama yung sinabi ni Sir Mark, na you always have to look for your whys. Siyempre sa akin, my family, my husband, my baby, yun yung inspiration to really to just move forward. So,
okay, thank you for that, Trisha. Last, Attorney Jimmy.
Sige, summarize ko na lang yung mga sinabi na. Very,
sabi na lahat.
Yes, so, na lang, siguro message lang na let us not allow COVID-19 to dominate our future. No? Kasi eventually, we will build our momentum, we will grow our business, regain the full productivity that we once had. So, itong times na to, let's take it as a challenge, a lesson, and an inspiration para we can do more again sa business.
Couldn't agree more. Sabi nga ni Mr. Jed, life is like a boxing match. Defeat is declared not when you fall, but when you refuse to stand again. Don't give up and stand up. So I guess that's a question, but diba? Bonus question lang, no? What is the benefit of joining an organization or being a leader during these tough times? Quick, simple answer lang. Trisha.
Again, you have your support and your own marketing team.
Okay. Attorney Jimmy.
Same. Hindi, totoo. BNI is a good marketing arm, no, for referrals nga, and magandang may sharing of business best practices lalo na sa panahon ngayon. So that's very important.
Correct. How about Sir Miko?
Well, I guess it's the same. No? Pero other answer ko for this is it gives us another set. Kasi meron kang makakuha ideas, experiences na hindi mo initially na-experience, but join an organization, makikita mo, uy, pwede pala yun, uy, pwede pala to.
Agree. Coach Mao.
The benefit of being a leader in a tough situation is that you are not alone in a fight. You have people around you, you have your organization, you have different people, different folks, different strokes, so you learn a lot from each other. And then you will help each other, whatever happens.
Okay, how about Sir Mark?
Actually, BNI and JCI partnership started last year in 2020 during the pandemic, no. Mm-hmm. And the reason why it started was JCI saw that BNI has a good culture of networking and also introducing and promoting entrepreneurship, no. And JCI, if you're a leader, you would always want what's best for your members and grow, even if that means partnering and collaborating, no. Because in this world now, we will survive if we collaborate and work together, learn from each other and take those good things that each organization has and use them to better yourselves.
Correct. Grabe partnership ng JCI and BNI. Diba, Attorney Jimmy? Mga member ng JCI. Yes. Kaya mga dito, if you're still below 40 years of age, you can still become member of JCI and BNI at the same time. Pero before I let you go, no, usually part na to ng BNI Supreme TV, no, fast talk lang, no, you just need to choose one, no, fast talk lang tayo, paunahan, no explanation needed, no. everyone, I don't need to call your names, no? Just answer lang. Kung sino mauna or kahit may mauna, you need to answer. Okay? So fast talk lang, parang boy bunda. Cash or credit card?
Cash.
Cash.
Sir Mark, kailangan mo rin sumagot.
Sugat ako, cash.
Free coffee or free Wi-Fi?
Free Wi-Fi.
Coffee.
Coffee.
Coffee, Wi-Fi. Sex or chocolates?
Chocolate.
Sino yung sumagot ng sex? Nagpapakatotoo lang. Sir Mark, Sir Mikos, chocolates talaga?
Desek.
Kakapanganak lang na wife ko. So, chocolate muna.
Chocolates, ito sexes. Photos or videos?
Photos.
Photos. Mahal mo or mahal ka?
Mahal mo.
Ako.
Mahal ko si Atty. Jimmy. Mahirap. Coach mo,
Mahal ko.
sagot mo. Lights on or lights off?
On.
On.
On. May off ba?
Natutulog.
Sino off? Si Atty. Jimmy. Truth or dare? Si Coach Mau dare. Truth or dare?
There.
Dare. Taas ang kamay.
There.
There.
Dare. Truth sila, yung the rest. Itlog o manok?
Ano?
Ano?
Manok? Baka tayo mag-debate dito, no? Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
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 Coffee lahat nandito. Yakap o halik?
Halik.
Halik.
Yakap.
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 Iba may halik, may isang nagalik lang. Text or call?
Call.
All.
Text.
All.
Text. Ayaw sumagot. No? Last two, brains or beauty?
Brains.
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 Nag-agree lahat, no? And the ultimate question is, true love or 100 million pesos?
Pesos.
100 million.
100
100
million.
million pesos kasi may
100
tulap na.
million pesos.
100 million
million.
pesos po ang sagot nilang lahat. And for that, thank you panelists. Thank you Trisha. Thank you Jimmy, Attorney Coach Mau, and Sir
Thanks,
Mark,
Attorney.
Sir Nico. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
And for the rest of the audience, no, we do have last trivia before I let you go. And the trivia question is ano rito? What is the name of ano bang price natin dito, Anne? What's the price here, Annie? Are you there?
Huawei Fit for the
It's
win.
Huawei Fit! It's Huawei Fit! So, lahat ng mga baka nakatulog dyan, no? If anyone's still sleeping, it's time to be awake and you need to focus on the question right now. So, what is the name of the longest side of a triangle? What is the name of the longest side of triangle?
Guys, wrong spelling wrong ha.
What is the name of the longest triangle? Okay, so it's Huawei Fit. Who won? Annie?
Sorry, the chat is flooding. Wait lang. I think it's Krisha, I'm sorry, but you're not included in this one.
The correct answer is hypotenuse.
Yes.
Diba? So it's HYPOCHENUSE.
And the winner is Aldrich.
Attorney
Aldrich
pwede
De
ba
Leon.
1 plus 1 na lang? Hindi po pwede. So who won?
Aldrich De Leon from BNI Supreme.
Oh my God, baka sabihin nila nadadaya tayo. Hindi po kami nadadaya. So it's first answers Miss Mirna, kaya lang wrong spelling. Diba? So wrong spelling. I think it's hindi ba si Annie? Krisha?
Krisha kasi is a speaker, so di siya kasali. Sorry.
Okay. Okay. So who won the Huawei Fit?
Aldrich De Leon po.
Sorry, it's Aldrich De Leon who won the
Mali
from
yung spelling ni Aldrich De Leon.
Mali
May
daw
H
spelling.
wala.
Ani,
So I believe it's Trisha Katrina.
I'll let you.
You can
I'll let you.
check.
I'll let you. I will not announce the answer. The who won. I'll let. It will be announced later on. But for now, let me turn over to the MC. Thank you, guys. Bye bye.
Okay,
Thank you so
okay.
much. That was super interesting and exciting. Super gusto ko yung pesos or 100 million pesos or love life ba yun?
Ikaw ba?
Anyway.
Pag ikaw ba tinanong, 100 million pesos o true love?